This morning, in my quiet time, I've just been sitting and meditating some things and time with God. I'm kind of felt led to do a video that a little bit harder than any of the other ones I've done. The videos that I've been doing have been kind of telling pieces of my story about how God's been God in my life. This one is going to be a little rough this morning. And maybe a lot of people might want to just turn the video off right now. But I'm going to share a story in my life that I haven't shared from 32 years ago. And it started right here where I'm holding the screen. There was a car sitting right here that I was working on, a customer job, a little insurance job. And that morning in January 1994, the customer cranked the car up and put it in reverse. The back of the car was facing right here. I wound up standing right here, and when he cranked it up and he put it in reverse, and it threw me up on the trunk. And then right here, there's a little hump in my driveway. And when it hit this hump, it threw me under the car. And he ran over me. And I should have died. But I'm alive. Only because of God. And in the midst of that, I never lost any consciousness. But I had a moment that, for just a second, that I was standing right here. Just for a moment. And Jesus is standing in front of me right about right here. And I'm looking in his face. And I see sadness in his eyes. And then I'm back up under the car. And the car gets hung up on me. And then he flips it back in drive and runs back down the hill. And that spins me out from under the car. Then at that moment, I'm blind. I'm literally blind, but still conscious. And they're rushing, my brother and a couple other people rushing around me to stop moving. And I'm showing this camera because a few moments later, my vision started coming back. It was a beautiful, clear sky that day, cold January morning. But the sky was blue. Today it's overcast. But these pine trees right here overhead. The first thing when my vision started coming back to me, I looked up and I saw the pine needles in these trees. I seen the lines of the pine needles, but everything else was highlighted in blood. It was like a red scene, and then the pine needles started being in my vision. And then shortly there, my vision cleared up and the ambulance got here to transport me to the hospital. But this morning, as I was just meditating, I was talking with a friend yesterday, and she was being taken, we was talking about things of the spirit, and she we was talking about fragrances and stuff, and then different smells, and then she was talking about pine and the smell of pine, and she made a statement she didn't live around any pine. I said, my whole land is filled with pine trees all around, and some mixtures, hardwoods that's growing up. And this morning, as I just meditating and just quiet with God, I felt Him to me to share this thing that God's done with me over the past 32 years and brought me through impossible things. But I want to go back to the story of standing a moment in front of Jesus and seeing sadness in His eyes. It was like God downloaded to me that to leave this life and not accomplish the things that God has for me to do, that's bigger than me, but there are things in my life that He wants to do in me and through me because of His accomplished work at the cross, His life that He gave, redemption of my life and the people's lives that's listening, that we are here for a purpose, and that when we leave this life and see Him for the first time in reality, face to face, to get to see joy in His eyes, to know that the things that He wanted to do in us and through us, that we fulfilled our purpose. And I just look back on this and realize that God kept me here for a reason, and that people that might be listening to me on this video are here for a reason, and we have a purpose to fulfill that's bigger than anything we can do in the natural. But to know that we serve a God, live for a God that does the impossible. And He's looking to see when He embraces us to live with Him eternally. That we received what He's done for us, and that we've had Him live in us and through us and fulfill our missions. I don't know if this word will make any sense to people, but I hope it does. I realize that this word I'm sharing this morning is basically a lot more harsher in saying it and hearing it, the realities of life, and sharing some of the hard places in life. But this life is hard. This life is brutal. But it says in His Word that through His blood, the blood of the Lamb, and the words out of my mouth, our testimony, we overcome. And I'm here on using this channel and start off with the first one, the story of my daily life, Yahweh in cars. God's very important to me in every piece of my life. And I want to, when I leave this life, to know and to see the joy in His eyes, that He was able to move through me and to walk me through this life to accomplish all He's chosen for me to do. And I pray the same over anybody that listens to me in this video, that we each embrace this journey. Have a blessed day.